Okay, I'm getting ready to go riding all-terrain vehicles in Curacao, and this is what I might be riding. Although maybe another color, something to go with my eyes. Speaking of which, I'm wearing my glasses because I don't want to get dirt in my contacts. So I'm already wussing out. So a few nights before I came on my adventure to Curacao, I was at my friend Brett's house and we watched this movie that my friend Steve had brought on DVD called Viva Knievel. It was about Evel Knievel, and it starred Evel Knievel, and Lauren Hutton, and Gene Kelly. And he's ashamed of Xanadu. Whatever. I thought that it was a total waste of my time watching this movie until I got to Curacao and I got on this ATV adventure and I realized that the reason that that movie came into my life at that time was to fire me up. We've stopped at an ostrich farm. Yeah, there's just an ostrich farm here on Curacao for a little refreshment and to take a break. And let me just tell you, this is such a fun ride, trip, adrenaline rush. I have a need for speed, it turns out. I didn't know that. I have a lot of horsepower between my legs, and I feel a bit like Lindsay Lohan in Herbie Fully Loaded, except I'll remember this when it's all over. We're about to go out for part 2 of our ATV adventure. This time we're going off-road, so there's that. So far I've done a lot of dust eating, and I've also fed some people my dust. So, eating and feeding of dust, and more to come. We took a little break from our ATV adventure to check out a bat cave. Not the bat cave, a bat cave. But I will keep an eye out for Christian Bale. Wow. We actually... Okay, we're taking another break on our ATV adventure, courtesy of Eric's ATV Adventures in Curacao, and there was a point where he gave the signal like this, which means you're supposed to shift into 4-wheel drive. Well, I had forgotten. So I didn't. I just stayed in 2-wheel drive and went through this really rocky part. And I was getting down on myself, but then I thought, what would Evel Knievel do? Evel Knievel would get right back on that bike. If he blew it, or if he dropped a line, or overplayed a thing, he would not give up, and that's what I'm going to do. Just like Evel Knievel, man. Just like Evel Knievel. So throughout my ATV ride, the theme song from Viva Knievel kept going through my head, and I would sing it for you, but we don't have the rights, so I'll just tell you a little bit about it. This is how it goes. Viva Knievel, Viva Knievel, Viva Knievel, Viva Knievel. And then the verses tell you more about him. So that concludes my ATV adventure, courtesy of Eric's ATV Adventures in Curacao. Now I only have one thing left to do to prove my masculinity to you people. You happy now?